Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is AOIFE Marielle, and today's Coffee and Crafting we are making another 6-year-old die set. This is the Tonic Something Special little gift box. This has been in storage for 6 years, as per the thumbnail. It makes this little matchbox type, but I'm not going to make that today. I'm going to put my own spin on this. I'm going to do it slightly differently. This is what I'm going to be using. It's Magical Metallics by Stephanie. I don't know where this came from. This has been in my stash probably about the same length of time as that die set. I have used maybe one or two of these sheets somewhere else, but here we go. I have cut out one of the little matchboxes, and I'm doing the slightly different closure than what the packaging said to do or what any other tutorial have said to do. I just want to do this just slightly different. I do line the inside and I do line the side panel here just to give it some more rigidity, because it does, this cardstock is not that thick. I think it's 230 GSM, which isn't quite sturdy, but it's okay for what I want it for. It's fine. But I was going to put a little magnet closure on this, but I decided no, I'll tuck it in. And it fits, it tucks, it sits. It's quite a nice, handy little size gift box, if truth be told, and I quite like it. So it does fit ATCs, as I will show you. So my ATCs do fit in there. So when I make them, I can quite easily store them in this little box. Now, I've made two more, and I'm going to glue them together and make a different type box, which I will show you in a second. I have this cardstock again from that metallics range. It's glitter, and I want to make a fold over closure. Not any fold over closure, you will see, you will see. I have glued these two together, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this, but I do line the insides. It is quite a nice substantial size. It does fit an ATC card really well. It is a nice sturdy little box. So they're going to get lined, and then I am going to do some jiggery pokery. The jiggery pokery that we're going to do is with this liner. Now I scored this on my scoreboard and folded over to make like a book style closure, as you will see. So I scored it along and made it into like a box, and I didn't make it long enough. So where those little lines are, I'm going to rescore this one around those same lines, but I'm going to add this on as an extra flap. You will see. Well, I've cut this out to cover the front of the two little boxes, so you don't see that when it's open. And I've also cut out for the sides. So these are just matte layers just for the sides of the box, just so that it looks prettier and more polished and finished. And as you can see, I overlapped it so it looks more like a book, and then I cut it down so that the little flap is rounded. So you will see, this is what I mean, so that it folds over to like a little flappy book. I am not describing this very well. I am so sorry. This is not a tutorial, this is just telling you what I did. But now I'm thinking I want feet. Of course I want feet, so I use my brads again as feet. And now that since I've done feet, I need to cover said feet. So I do. I cover the little feet bits, and then because they're covered, I need to cover the top bit too. So I've now thought of a closure, and I want to do magnets. I was going to do a ribbon magnet or a ribbon closure, but I thought magnets are nicer. They're just cleaner, they're sleeker, and it means I don't have to worry about ribbon or having to find ribbon or match a ribbon to this. So I do the magnets. I do glue them, and I do make sure that they do stick really well, until I decided to put another layer of cardstock in between. So there's 4 layers, and it did not work. You will see in a second, it did not work. For now, looks great until this part. So I learned from my mistakes with the last one, and not to put the cover on until after you get the magnets on. Big mistake with this one, big mistake, because too many layers of magnet, or too many layers of card, and the magnets wouldn't stick. Which was, we're learning. So I do stick them on, and at this point I should have left them be. This is where I should have just left it because it fitted, it worked, they stuck, it was great. But I had to put the flap on and then they stopped working because of course they did. So I have this all glued together and I then realised they don't work. So I had to take a craft knife to them. After squishing it all down and making sure that it was all nice and neat and tidy and everything was covered, all around the little magnets, everything was all squished down and perfect, didn't work. It didn't work. So, back to the drawing board. Magnets, nope. Nope. No, did not work. So I had to take a craft knife and I had to cut around the magnet. So I did a little square or a little X, marks a spot on each magnet, and then I just used a craft knife very carefully and cut the paper off around the magnets. Here, because I didn't measure it very well, it's about 1/4 inch too long. The cover is about 1/4 inch too long, so I used my initiative and my creativity and I used some foam tape, some thick foam tape. I used 2 layers of thick foam tape to give that extra little 1/4 inch gap cover between the box and the cover, and it worked. It worked. When I did it, if I do it again, I will do a better job at measuring because obviously I can't. Or I didn't in this instance. I didn't measure it very well, as you can see. It's not very well measured. Let's just go with that. So I used some foam tape in the back to give it that little extra bit. I then cut this out from a different die set. I put some foam tape on this just to give it a little bit of a dimension. And I mean, the box works. It's a pretty little box. It's cute. It's only for me. But yeah, it could have done with an extra little bit of foam tape there on the corners to let it hold together a bit better. But for now, the magnets work. It covers. It's got little feet. It's quite cute, and it is what it is. It's not perfect by any means. It's the first attempt, and I think as first attempts go, it wasn't half bad. It could have been so much worse. It could have been, and this was just all off the top of my head, winging it, as you do. I just got a scoreboard, some cardstock, and then I just winged it. Did it work? Not great. But is it a box? Yes. Does it have feetsies? Yes. Does it close? Yes. Therefore, that's a win in my book. Did I use a die set that I had stored for 6 years? Yes, I did. So all together, I'd say that's a win in my book. It holds ATCs. It holds a lot more than ATCs, actually. But for now, that's what I wanted it for. I wanted it for ATC storage so that I can have finished ones or unfinished ones in the same little compartments or for whatever, but definitely for ATCs. That's what the goal of it was. The aim of making it was for ATC storage. So here we go with a little bit of foam and it's done. It works. It holds them. As you can see, the little magnets now actually work because they are uncovered because they were going through 4 layers of cardstock. It does have little feet. It does sit really nicely. It opens, it closes. It's perfect for what I need it for. It's only for me, it's only for my desk. And I have an idea for doing it for Christmas. It's not my idea, it's a girl called Victoria. She's one of the design team members on Tonic and she does amazing tutorials. I wish I'd have watched her first, actually. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please do consider subscribing if you're not already. And until next time, Slán Abhaile. It's been Aoife Marielle. Thank you for watching this far. Bye!